I dreamt last night that my blood could cure coronavirus, and I was going to save the world, and then I was thinking, hang on a minute. In my dream, those big pharmaceutical companies are going to make a fortune out of me. And I thought maybe I should charge a quid a shot, a quid a vaccine. It sounded fair. And I was thinking, there's 7 billion people in the world, so a conservative estimate, say 4 billion of them had the vaccine. That would be £4 billion for me, millions of lives saved, and trillions of pounds in lost revenue saved. And I thought, that sounds like a good deal. But there was like a big social media campaign started against me, and people were saying that I was being greedy, and that I shouldn't use my gift for profit, and that it was my duty to save the world, and however much I protested my innocence and tried to say how much more everybody else was making, it just got worse and worse, all the vitriol and the hatred, and in the end I got kidnapped, and they chopped off my arms and my legs and my head and drained every last drop of blood out of my body. So what started off as a hero sort of rich dream ended up as a fucking decapitation nightmare, And then I was just thinking, if I'd had that dream in the 90s, none of that would have happened, because there wasn't any Facebook or any Twitter or any of that. None of that relentless barrage of shit reel. And I was thinking I probably would have done it for 4 million quid, not 4 billion then as well. And that made us think how ridiculously ramped up our expectations are now. We're fed these incredible lifestyles and outrageous materialistic goals, and we're fed them every minute of every day, and every single one of them is unobtainable. We wonder why poor mental health has exploded exponentially. I know we're a lot better now about that kind of thing, and that we're better at talking about it, and I understand that obviously in that scenario some voices might get lost in the crowd, but no, there's still a lot of people that suffer in silence, A lot of people that really suffer in silence. Like you. You always suffered in silence. I remember when you were a kid, and Auntie Maggie had split up with Uncle Darren for the first time. She was staying at ours, and we were sat in the dining room, and she was talking shit about Darren's toenails and his bloody snoring. And I looked out the window, and you were on your swing, but you weren't swinging, you were just sat there, just hovering, just looking at your shoes, and you looked so incredibly lonely, man. You looked so alone. I should have just told Auntie Maggie to fuck off. Run out there and cuddle the shit out of you, but I didn't. I never did. And I regret that now, obviously. I regret that more than ever. I was reading an article online the other day about the Golden Gate Bridge and people jumping off to kill themselves, and it's like 3,000 people have jumped off, but only like 30 people have ever survived. And all of those 30 people all said the same thing. That the moment they let go, they regretted it, That in that instance, they realised that everything, apart from what they had just done, everything in their life was fixable. And I wondered if they all thought that. If they all regretted it. I know you didn't regret it. You walked into the sea, you know. You had all the time in the world to change your mind. And I've got these 3 images in my head, these 3 things that I just can't get rid of. And the first one is, you on the swing when you were little, looking so lonely. And then there's that poor lass at our front door with that massive dog shaking like a leaf. James's dad, she called us. James's dad, you gotta come quick. James has just walked into the sea with his clothes on. No. I knew straight away, but I asked her to repeat herself. Wanted to give her a chance to say she'd got it wrong, you know, or I'd heard it wrong, but she said it again. James has walked into the sea with his clothes on and we're going to find him. That's the second thing anyway. And the third thing is you walking into the sea, you know. And I'm not watching you. I am you, you know. I can feel everything, the pain and the suffering and the loneliness, and I can feel all of that, the relief as it all washes away, you know. No matter how many people loved you, or how many people you loved, or how many people you had around you, you know. I know now that you were always going to be lonely. And so I'm not angry, son. You know? Just wanted to let you know that. I mean, I was. At first, I was fucking livid. But those 3 things, you know, they just help us understand. Your mum's still angry. Jesus. She's angry with you. She's angry with the world, but most of all, she's angry with herself. And I don't think there's anything I can do to change that. She'll just have to work it out. I'm not sure she will. And you know what the worst thing is? The worst thing is it's not definite. You know. Until we find you, there's always hope. Hope that it wasn't you, that you changed your mind, that, I don't know, you're living in a squat somewhere full of drugs and talking shite, and you're just going to walk back in the front door and say that you found yourself and it's all going to be alright. That's the worst kind of hope, you know. Because it's a false hope. And that hurts. I know there's no good way to do what you did. But if you jumped off a bridge or threw yourself in front of a train, at least I would know, you know. Well, that's just me being selfish. So I just wanted you to know that I'm not angry. But I am in pain. I'm in so much pain, mate. I miss you so much. And I don't mean inside. I mean like a real actual pain. Sometimes it's so bad I think I'm having a heart attack, and I think, good, at least it'll be over and done with. I slept in your bed last night. What good's that going to do us? I've been offered counselling, but nah. It's not for me. I'm just going to suffer in silence, like you did, just to spite you, you little prick. Look, we know you're not going to come back. We know you're not going to walk in that door. But it doesn't stop us talking about it. What we would do. I'd grab a hold of you and squeeze you and never let you go. You know, I'm going to hold on to that false hope. I am. I'm going to keep tight a hold of it because it's what gets me through the day. I'm going to remember your face, and I'm going to look at pictures of you every day, because if I can see your face, then you haven't left us. You're still with us. I found you.